Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Equestria at War A to Z. So sorry this video took so long to come out, but with the amount of footage this video is gonna have, I need to make sure that I can get through it all. I haven't even started playing yet. I'm literally saying this before I've even done anything since I know this is gonna be a doozy. Before we get in though, I just need to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I never would have expected to reach 1,000 like this, especially not from a funny horse mod. I do have something planned for reaching 1K, but with how fast we reached it, I haven't even It's nothing huge, so don't keep your expectations up, but it's something me and the boys are having a lot of fun doing, which will be out late next month. With that out the way though, our next goal will be 2,000 subscribers, so make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what I should do in my next country. Before we even get in though, what happened to my main menu? Who put the contacts in the state of the herd survey on the right side of my screen? This looks like a tumor. I'm already in the Discord. Join the Equestria at War Discord. Alright, let us now get in. We are back on GRIFFONIA, everyone! It is so weird how every country I've played not on Zebrica has had a focus tree. Like so far, I've lost track how many episodes we've made about this series, but the one episode I have on GRIFFONIA had a focus tree. Now I have a focus tree. Every single country on Zebrica, not a focus tree. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to change for a while. Today, we are playing the nation of Austurland, which finally has a country selection screen. I can actually see what's going on before I even load up the map, so let's quickly go over this. We are a non-aligned nation led by our beautiful queen, I assume, whose name I am not going to try and pronounce. At the beginning of the game, we start off with a primitive economy. Factory debuffs, however, we have resource gain, probably because we are some sort of agrarian society. Our three main traits is the rule of law. The rule of law has been declared in the nation, and elections will be held soon. But for now, it is time to put into practice the reforms decided upon our nation. The second thing is the rule of the Jarl. The rule of the Jarl is the founding principle of our nation. Her prerogative to rule over the nation and reform it as she wishes shall not be infringed. Does it pronounce Jarl or Jarl? I'm saying Jarl because that sounds like it's correct. And finally, we are a cratocracy. We are strong. We are those who would take victory, whether the pompous and rich would wish us to. We shall establish a rule based on the value of strength alone, and on the value that anyone can be strong if they work to achieve it. Oh my god, I'm so happy. We finally have lore on the screen right here. What are we, 10 episodes in and this is the first time we're doing it? Not even the Arcturian Order is on this list. To be fair, they are a pretty old country. They haven't been developed in a long time. Alright, and now let's finally go over our brief history. Austurland lies in the eastern reaches of GRIFFONIA and holds the distinction of being the only deer majority country on the continent. Oh, so we are deer. Oh my goodness, we keep jumping from species to species. I remember we started off with Austurland as ponies, and then we went straight to the zebras of the warlord states, then we went over to the donkeys of Ansaruk, and then the griffins of the Arcturian Order. Now we're here at the deers of Austurland, a land of berserkers and Vikings. Austurland has remained at an effectively feudal state for centuries, so we're based off Vikings. Oh, so it is pronounced Jarl. I'm still not going to try and pronounce the rest of that though. I don't even know what language that is. It looks like Finnish, but I'm not going to jump to that. But such a situation cannot last forever, and dire reform is needed if Austurland hopes to become anything more than a rump state on the edges of the continent. The ascension of the new Jarl, Wright, has brought an opportunity for reform, but her personality and background remain a mystery. Okay, I'm already so excited. We already have so much info about the country, so let us now select it, and here we are on the map. This would certainly explain why we are the weird white corner of the continent. Also, I find it a bit weird that we're deers and Vikings even though we're near the equator of the world. It's like if you said we were Scandinavian Vikings, I would have expected us to be near the Arcturian Order, but no, we're on the south side of the continent. This is like us being the equivalent of Greece. Wait, no, Greece is over here. No, take that back. Okay, for safety's sake, I knew the Arcturian Order had basically nothing to fear in terms of their position, but Austurland I've seen bullied and bullied time again, so I'm actually going to keep historical AI focuses on, just as a safety precaution. Okay, let us begin. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm skimming through this. I can't read all this. In the far southeastern reaches of GRIFFONIA lies a nation of outsiders to the continent. We are also a decentralized monarchy, as our Jarl, okay, that's what the monarch is called, is more of an advisor than a leader. Our origins set back all the way to Olenia. Oh, so we originated from these guys up here. Wow, so our own fathers are about to get conquered by the no-no ponies. So our ancestors were tired of the Olenian rule and decided to move over here. Also, we used to ransack Equestria. I think that's very funny, actually. Led by the initial expedition of Eriksson. Wait, we're Vinland? You're telling me our founder was Leif Erikson, and we're currently in the GRIFFONIA equivalent of Newfoundland. Yeah, colonizing many small islands along the way. Okay, yeah, where's Greenland? Where's Iceland? Where's the Faroe Islands? I want to see it. Yeah, and we would ransack absolutely everything. So this guy, Harald the Trotter, united the Viking clans and then sailed with his army up and plundered the riverlands. Austurland? Austurland? I think it's Austurland. I'm just gonna say Austurland. We created a government that resembled old Alenia, and we created a social fabric made up of 4 different classes. At the top lies Jarl and the other nobles of Austurland, and then there's Fridir, some of the economic, religious, and military powers. The commandeer, the common man, I get that. And the thralls, who are slaves to the nobles. That is, concerning, but it's traditional, right? With the coming of a new Jarl, there's opportunity for change in Austurland. There are rumors circling about our leader. Some people say she's just like the other nobles, others say she is extremely violent. One thing is for certain, in the coming years will shape the future of Austurland for better or worse. There is nothing about us over here, so let us now start the game. Okay, quick overview so we can get into the content. We start off with 5 divisions. We start off with some very funny looking generals, none of which have lore. That is completely fine. We have a navy. We got light cruisers and destroyers in this fleet. Commander, exercise, 2 research slots with a minus 60% research. Oh, not again. Oh shoot, we got deer technologies. Hold up. Economy and trade, mostly focusing on resources. Our good old naval tradition, focusing on our fleet, and pillaging as usual. What the hell is divination? Oh, we can see the future via recon. That's awesome. And of course, our very, very adaptive military. Oh, this is the first time we're seeing this technology. This is so cool. Generic research out. Civilian factories with the one constructing civilian factory we have. Production. This is looking very similar to Arcturian Order, except we actually have guns. And I can't trade because we have that one civilian factory. Dang, our industry is actually worse than some of the Zebrican nations I've played. Nothing new with decisions. Our country is complete crap except for poverty. And we are, of course, the deer. Oh shoot, we actually got some pretty good advisors. That out the way, it is time to select our custom focus tree. That's kind of tiny. Okay, I'm going to assume it's going to expand. Yeah, it's definitely going to expand. Look at this. Our Jarl. 5-day focus. All right. The Jarl of Austurland is somewhat of a reclusive figure, her past known to few. Perhaps it would be the ideal course to share her story to better relate with her subjects. Select and unpause the game. And the focus is done. I unpaused the recording for like 3 seconds. On the matters of family. Oh, right. I'm recording this the day after I uploaded my Equestria video, which first of all, we went from 950 to 1,000 subscribers in a day? That is crazy. But besides that, I read some comments on the video and y'all were telling me that this nation has a lot of RNG. I know the basics of the situation, but I have no idea about the context or how it even works. I'm going to assume this is the first part of it. Y'all are making it sound like it's super painful, but I guess we'll just see how it plays out. Also, I will be safe scumming the crap out of this game because of this, which is why I'm going to quickly take a save right now. Oh geez, I can already tell I'm gonna have to read so much this episode. Look how many focuses there are. I'm gonna have to spend the next hour reading. Okay, since I can already tell that 90% of this game is going to be me reading, I am going to have to summarize almost every event just to make sure that this video isn't over 4 hours long. Ygritte counted herself as a fortunate doe, for not every deer could rise to the challenge and become the Jarl of Austurland. So apparently nobody knows what her past is. It's shrouded in mystery. My memory can be spotty at times, but I clearly remember that, oh, we have to choose our path. Okay, that's expected. So this is where the RNG begins. I understand that we are essentially trying to create our own path, knowing each button has its own benefits and consequences. Well, let's think about it this way, right? Let's try to get a leader who is a great military commander whilst also being great at uniting the people. And so by that logic, let's quickly look to this. So let's look at the options, right? The thralls, those are the slaves. I don't think we want that. A fierce bandit lord could be good because that means we will be good at fighting. And then there's also the wealthy merchants and the prestigious nobles. I don't think it'd be good to have our beginnings in the upper class. So let us be a bandit lord. This is a continuation of the last event. Oh, okay, so because we picked the option that said we were the descendants of a bandit, we claimed that we were the offspring of the notorious bandit named that. I already know every name in this game is gonna be a bunch of Nordic stuff. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like the one language that I don't know how their alphabet works. Let's just move on. So our leader had that no-nonsense father while the mother was kind, caring, and tried to protect her from the worst. We say that we're not very fond of our childhood. In time, my father gained a soft spot for his daughter, teaching me the harsh life lessons. The intention was for me to inherit his criminal schemes, but ultimately I'm gonna go become an image of my father because that gives me a plus 5% division recovery rate, and I would rather have that over Decryption. Time marches on. We now say that we just wanted to become closer to our father, and then one day our mother disappeared. Okay, yeah, we had a very depressing childhood. Oh, and then her father died after trying to rob a griffin merchant. Great. In the end, having inherited his ill-gotten gains and the loyalty of his dear, not gonna lie, I think I'm going with the mercenaries, just for the division organization. Okay, before we talk about the takeover, here's the mercenary division right here. Wow, it is full veterans. How good is this division? It's as I expected, and we have pre-industrial artillery and basic equipment in it. I'm gonna hurt something. The takeover. So after our father died, our ambition turned towards the throne. If the previous Jarl couldn't stop a single band of thieves from becoming a credible threat to the state, then he was unfit to rule. I knew I would do a far greater job than he ever did. Dang! And then we proceed to take over Austurland with our army, and oh my god. And that's the end of the event, Shane. Are you kidding me? Okay, time to finally pick a new focus. It just hit me that every single one of these focuses take 5 days. I'm going to assume when we do a new age, it's going to unlock the new focus tree. So for now, let us tour the land. A trip around the countryside. So our noble and wealthy structure is based off of how strong the merchant is. You can't just be a rich merchant and be an idiot. You have to be smart. Freediers could move wherever they want so they can get the best social standing. Nobles relied on Freedier and to ask the Jarl to try and fix the issue of the Freedier running around. And now the Jarl is going around the rural areas to see if she could bolster her public opinion. It went decently. Slightly decreases the Commandier's discontent. No. What discontent? What is happening? What event? Oh my god, I didn't even look at our national spirits. Alright guys, let us read. Warrior loyalty, dependable. Some nice buffs. Through her displays of bravery and honor, the Jarl has earned some particularly loyal followers ready to defend her to the death. Commandeer discontent, very high, very bad buffs. A Commandier's life has never been easy in Austurland, but the actions of the Jarl and the nobles have incensed them recently. And the nobility's opinion. It is common for the elites to scheme and seek their own betterment, but the Jarl's actions have pushed these independent actors to conspire together, wondering if they could place some deer more suitable on the throne rather than the current disgrace. So essentially, we have 3 main factions of the country, and we need to get all of their loyalty. We have the support of the military, but we need the commandeer and the nobles to like us. Okay, let's start with the Kaupmen, whatever that is. A meeting with Kaupmen. Austurland is very well known for its Viking raiders, but that didn't mean that Austurland didn't have a trading network. Austurland had a pretty big merchant culture that eventually established themselves as a powerful social class of their own, the Kaupmen. It says here that the Kaupmen are not afraid to do anything for an economic advantage. They're also poised to bring the Industrial Revolution. We need to prove our plans for economic modernization will benefit the Kaupmen. Oh, I see. Okay, so every time we do one of these focuses, our factions will slowly like us more and more. Let's set up some new trade routes, get some 75 political power, and begin a new trade charter. Also, yes, I know I'm not reading the focus descriptions, but I can't really with the amount of stuff there is in this game. What the flip the loot? Oh, we successfully raided a ship with a bunch of Zebrican goods. Great. The new charter. Despite our economy being in a feudal state, our position on the continent allows us to make a crap ton of money. The Jarl used the charter as her personal property and could invest in the profits however she wished. Either we invest in manufacturing for the Kaupmen, or we can just spend it on our own armory. Not gonna lie, I think the manufacturing civilian factory is more worth it despite, yeah, okay, I expected that. Some options will increase the discontent. That makes sense. Send out the tax deer! Oh no! Pay your taxes, kids. The report. As expected, taxation in Austurland is also very different compared to the rest of Griffonia. Lords collect income via private contracts with the free deer in exchange for their labor and support, in which a little bit is sent to the Jarl. If a deer-on-deer crime is committed, there will be a fine which will be awarded to the victim. Some nobles decide to avoid direct payment, and now the taxers have to figure out how to collect them. Some debts were very questionable, and there are some wacky methods to pay them off, and we proceed to respond to the problem by offering them a blood tax. Jesus Christ. You know what's an issue right now? The thralls. Let's deal with that. Okay, I can already tell that this is going to be an extremely important decision. There is no greater political, economic, or societal issue within all of Austurland than thralldom. It's essentially slavery in the United States. We're so used to it, it's very efficient. Some people support it, some people are heavily against it. A lot of nobles are against it, but in the end, they need them to make money, so they keep them. Removing it might cause economic collapse. Some say that they should slowly phase it out. out, but many slaves still cry out for emancipation, and can you Wright truly refuse their calls? Yeah, look at this. That's RNG right there. This may impact your future decisions. That is RNG if I've ever heard it. Let's go with the middle option, where we're like, okay, we'll slowly phase it out. Minus 10% stability. It's not like we have stability in the first place. Dang, 27.5% stability. That is insane. Okay, let's just rush through these next focuses. Call upon the Althing. The Althing session. One of the most irregular parts of the Austurland government. It essentially acts as Austurland's legislative and judicial bodies. It acts like a parliament, but it's open to everyone. Essentially, we hosted our first Althing, and a bunch of people got dueled to death. Whoa, shit really goes down in the Althing. All in all, a very successful showing for the new Jarl. How traditionally Viking can you get? That went well, could have been worse. A grand feast? Big ol' Viking feast. This just straight up reminds me of that Family Guy clip. You know, the one with the really long table? Apparently, a nobility member decided to invite an entire ass army, and some other people were turning violent. A few fights broke out, and so to distract them, we shall tell them the story about the ass and the honeycomb. What, nobility? Do you not like the story? Settle the disputes? Oh yeah, so I decided not to turn off FPS Map. I know you guys said you wanted me to turn it off, but part of me just really likes this ocean over the vanilla game one. And I know this is gonna sound upsetting to a few of you, but all of the events such as this one don't really have an impact on me, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I will make sure to turn it off for major nations though, because that's when these events would matter. So anyway, the Equestria games involved the Japanese and Chinese forces attacking at the Marco Polo Bridge. The dispute. Continuing off of the last event, there was a big feud that took place during the Grand Feast. It was between two nobles, a retainer went missing, a disagreement sparked up, then there was even more conflict, and then someone died, so they went to the Jarl to negotiate. You decide to seize the land and distribute it amongst your loyal warriors. Dang, okay. Right, they have the whole feudalism system, so the king was just like, alright, you two gonna argue? I'm just gonna take both of your lands and give it to my warriors. That is some based shit. Examine the land contracts. The excess land. So the most common task for the Jarl is to deal with a bunch of land disputes, and two more noble families are fighting again. Of course they are. We're distributing it to the warriors again. Controlling the land. This video is like 15 minutes long already, and we just got to Bicolini. The matters of bureaucracy. So the Jarl has the right to claim a bunch of strategic areas that can be used in defense for the country. We realized that a bunch of villagers on the board with the bear ad, these guys right here, the Baron Magocracy, these guys are apparently viewed as threats. So we claimed the region and built defenses, but now we need to decide what to do with the former administration of the area. Either we set up a military colony or magistrates. Looking at the buffs right now, we have commandeer discontent at low, and we have a pretty devoted warrior loyalty, so we are going to slightly decrease the commandeer's discontent. The warrior lodges. The mead hall. Austurland has a very important warrior society, and apparently these warriors accept the Jarl as their leader. The bandit issue. Essentially, if you do something so bad but not qualifiable for execution, the deer is declared an outlaw. Outlaws have no protection and are not allowed to enter civilization. Because of this, many outlaws are forced to band together to form bandit groups, which proceed to pillage their way through the countryside. The Jarl is aware of the banditry problems and needs to find a way to get rid of it. Either we kill them or we hire them. Yeah, I think I kinda want my nobility to like me more. Finally, the last focus before the major events, the Vikingar question. Austurland does not have traditional economic methods because their way comes from the Vikings. This used to mean raiding and pillaging, but now it's more known as trading. However, a few Vikings are still plundering, and they ransack a crap ton of stuff. The problem though is that obviously this pisses off the neighbors, so we gotta decide either to just let them be or hire them for the army. Hey, it does the exact same thing, except this decision gives me a division. I'm doing it. Alright, time for some of the big events. Let's start with a Grand Council. Oh shoot, here we go. Although Wright was hardly the most popular figure amongst the nobility, she still expected that her relationship with them could be salvaged. But as observed the cold looks from the few nobles that had bothered to answer her summons, she was quickly realizing how wrong she had been. They had made it quite clear that any effort spent on appeasing them would be wasted by the lot of inbred lunatics. They would quickly learn how large of a mistake they had made when she consolidated her hold over the country. It turns out that no deer likes you. I wonder why. Just because we're from the peasantry, doesn't that mean we have the peasantry's support? The Huskarls. The Huskarls of Austurland were made up of the sons and daughters of nobles with no prospect of inheriting any titles. They dedicated themselves entirely to the martial arts, receiving the best possible training and education that their noble families could afford. But as Austurland became increasingly threatened by neighboring nations looking for an easy target, it became clear to Wright that a national military was sorely needed. But the Huskarls would see the reforms as a violation of their rights. So instead of centralizing the military bureaucracy, she was simply granting the Huskarls the respect they deserved by removing the shackles of the nobility from them. By transferring to a centralized military military under her command, they would not only secure their positions, but also gain the ability to advance their own agenda independent of the nobility. With the loyalty of the Huskarls secure, the positions of the nobility had weakened considerably, and they would surely be feeling a lot more loyal knowing that the Huskarls were ready to detain them at the first sight of dissent. They liked your plan for a new Austurland army, and the nobility will like me. And by like me, that means they still hate me, considering that they vilified me. The matter of the Berserkers. The Berserker issue. While the Huskarls might have the most professional training and the Vikings the most direct experience, there was no group of deer within Austurland that could hope to match the sheer ferocity of the Berserkers. Gaining their official support would grant any ruler of Austurland a great deal of respect from the common deer. But so far, no Jarl had succeeded in this task, a trend that Wright intended to buckle. She explained that the status quo could not be allowed to continue and asked for their support. She had never expected it to work, and yet somehow it did. Nevertheless, they declared their open support for her reforms, doing wonders for the legitimacy of her rule. And surprisingly, the commandeer agrees with me. Okay, judging by the colors, I don't think this is the RNG yet. Maybe that's further down the line. Finally, the future of trade. Matters of the economy. With a few strokes of a pen, the final contracts between Wright's government and the Cultmen are finalized. The Cultmen would support endeavors of economic modernization within Austurland, granting Wright access to a vast economic base to use in their efforts. It had taken a lot of work to convince them that her plans had merit. You have convinced the Cultmen to support your plans. Okay, so we have a pretty good outcome. I think 2 bad events, 1 meh, and 2 good. But now we decide, do we go for the crown or for the commandeer? If we were to go for the crown, the Jarl has grown proud and decisive in her rule, and this is reflected in the noble approval she enjoys. Or we can go for the commandeer. The writing on the wall is plain and obvious. It is the commandeer who will eventually become the new masters of this land. That sounds like communism. I think I'm good. We're going for the crown. Oh shoot, Casa and the Bear just got into a border conflict. Let's do the mammoth in the room. Oh my god, there's more impact to future events. Okay, maybe this is the RNG. Oh no. Feudalism is holding Austurland back, and while Austurland did contain a large amount of free deer, the fact was that society stuck in the Dark Ages relying on serfs could not hope to compete with the modernized economic powerhouses it neighbored. If Austurland was to advance into modernity, then it would have to leave feudalism behind. And we forced the nobility to end the feudalism. Oh my god, the nobility is never gonna like me. Revocato privilegia. The nobles of Austurland, whilst not as powerful as the nobility in feudal Griffonia, still enjoy a host of privileges and rights that take them far above the commandeer. The nobility still retains a large amount of autonomy from Wright's government. Convincing them to give up these rights would go a long way to centralize control over the country. Let me guess, the nobles are gonna get even more pissed off. Yep. Oh, and we made the Huskarl force them too. That's great. Heavy lies the crown. When the time came to officially declare herself the Queen of Austurland, Wright saw little need for the pomp and circumstance of a coronation. Thus, she seized absolute power overnight, and Austurland was forever transformed. Wright would accept no limits on her power, her word would be law, and she would drag her realm into greatness at the end of her acts if she had to. There was much to be done, certainly, but with the nobility powerless to hold her back, she would be able to enact reforms swiftly. With absolute power in her hooves, the Griffins would learn to respect Austurland. Her jarldom would either triumph or be reduced to nothing. She would accept nothing less than complete victory. God damn, the nobility are never going to love me. The blessings of the gods. It is traditional for each Jarl of Austurland to receive a blessing from the gods, ensuring that their rule is good and prosperous. Upon her arrival, she was quickly ushered in front of the High Gaudy. After a customary sacrifice of food had been made to the gods, the ritual could start. 3 Volva entered the room and attempted to divine which god favors Wright. Ultimately, opinion was divided. One Volva declared that Ukko, the god of war, justice, and wisdom, had blessed Wright's rule. His bless signified that her rule would be wise and full of military conquest. I want that guy. I need that guy. On the other hoof, another Volva declared that Palervo has granted her his favor. Explaining why the blessing of the god of harvest and fertility would be beneficial was hardly necessary. The decision ultimately lay on the hooves of the final Volva, and Wright could do little but wait. Ukko has blessed your reign! Yes! How on earth does that make the nobility like me more? And now it is time for a new age. Austurland has passed through very interesting times lately, and it is all due to the capable leadership of Jarl Wright. The upcoming prospects will decide how well the nation she has shaped turned out to be. We all hope that it is a successful one that commemorates the strengths of dear kind. And there we go. May 30th, still 10:07. We have finished the first part of the Austurland focus tree. Austurland has gone through a radical shift to the status quo in only a few short months. The ambitions of Jarl Wright have proven to be far greater than the scope of her small country, which now moves into the modern age for the first time. Speaking of modern age, we still haven't researched a single thing. But as Austurland slowly starts to resemble a modern nation state, new issues present themselves. Feudalism and thraldom still dominate the consciousness of the common deer, while the need for a coherent foreign policy is quickly becoming apparent. transparent. The Kaupmen still toil on in an effort to drag Austurland's economy into some form of modernity, while the Vikings slowly realize that their way of life will soon become extinct. The coming years will decide the ultimate fate of Austurland and its traditions. Lengi Lifi Austurland loads new focus tree and replaces the national spirits. What do we got? Replace our devoted warrior loyalty with warrior legacy. Replace the hated nobility's opinion with the Foringjar resistance. Okay, yep, the nobility hate us. And replace the low commandeer discontent with unrest. Oh, great. Lose more base stability, lose more political power, and add thraldom. Minus 20% more stability. Oh my god. I forgot about Twilight Sparkle's map of the... oh my... You know what? I remember one of you guys told me in the comments that this had a different name, and now the name changed again? Twinkle Sprinkles Abridged Guide to the Places of the World. Who thinks of these names? Does this change in every update? But anyway, right? We finally have book lore. So we have the description of Hornavik here, our capital. Let us now read it. Jesus Christ. Hornavik is a city at odds with itself, and is in many ways a microcosm of Austurlandic society as a whole. It is a place of surprising modernity and immense poverty. It is a place where the nobility live in halls of great opulence, while thousands of their thrall servants live in abject poverty. Yeah, this book would make way more sense if I read it before I started this game. Records of a settlement at Hornavik's location range as far back as 180 ALB? Is this like BC? That is crazy. But the city would only truly start to grow when the so-called golden age of Austurland began. I assume, yeah, that's when Viking reigns happened, they got here, and then the economy, bing bam boom. Yep, I have been made very aware about the social classes of this country, but I did not know that the city was divided into districts depending on your social class. Oh, that would explain all the focuses. That was us traveling to each sector of the city. That makes sense. Ah, the harbor of the city itself is where it was said that the first deer landed on Griffonia. Very few signs of industrialization. Yep, I fixed that. The three districts are essentially the outskirts, which hold the common deer, the harbor, which hold the free deer, and the noble district. The nobility of Austurland rule with little care for anything besides maintaining their bases of power. Yeah, that's feudalism, all right. Wow, so what I'm getting out of this is that we've basically fixed half of the problems already. All right, bye-bye book. We'll see you again next time you're available. Well, I just wasted a lot of recording. So essentially what happened is that I talked to a friend and he basically told me about all the paths that Austurland has. Not in any detail, he just told me what they were. And the one I want to do is the Viking path. There's just one small problem with that. Remember when I said that this focus tree revolved around RNG? It doesn't. This focus tree actually revolves around you clicking the right buttons for the right outcomes. I don't know how much of the recording I just wasted, but essentially what happened is when I went for the crown and I completed a new age, it gave me Austurland's authoritarian focus tree, which is their most common focus tree. So essentially, I'm back at the beginning. I'm gonna redo everything I just did and get back to where I left off. Damn, I spent the whole last Super Bowl recording the wrong path, too. Mistake number one, I clicked on Bandit Lord. I'm supposed to go Thralls. Oh yeah, new events, a peculiar child. Okay, it's basically what I did as a Thrall child. I'm supposed to click on I spent my time working in the fields to get the Hardy trait. And then after that, I became a Berserker. Wait, did these events change? What the fuck did I just do? Oh shoot, wait, the Berserker issue. They have decided to swear their fealty to you out of respect. Oh, new general. Oh, I love this guy already. Oh, Thrall issue, and we just ended it. Great. Oh, right, because we used to be Thralls, so we don't like Thralldom anymore. Nice, okay, but I don't like the communism. That's the last focus. God damn, I spent like 2 hours going through all of those, and I just did all of them in like 10 minutes. New age, radical shift, new focus tree. Oh my god, it worked. Oh my god. Look at you, right. Look at that. Oh my god. All right, it's time to be maniacs. So from what I understand, we will soon be ruled by essentially the Vikings of this nation. All right, let's just start with the Kratocracy. Your right faced a dilemma, and it was not one that could be resolved with debate. She had decreed the end of thraldom, and the nobility had defied her. They had simply stopped recognizing her as the Jarl, and she could no longer compel them to obey through mere decree. The existing institutions of Austurland had clearly failed, but where words had failed her, a force of arms would not. Her warriors, aided by their new berserker allies, would go out and enact her will. It was a simple form of governance, but she could not justify any creature suffering under slavery for another day within her realm. This is like the polar opposite of what you're trying to do, but I'm all for it. She almost felt sorry for the nobles. Almost. To the strongest, the supremacists become in charge, yada 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 yada. We are now a Kratocracy. In a Kratocracy, might makes right. Laws and rules mean little to those who believe that all political power ultimately comes from coercion and threat of violence. Strength is pursued above all else, while the weak are freely subjugated and exploited. Let's help our population first. Protect the weak. Oh, wait, hold on. There are some negative modifiers down here. I think I should deal with those first. Free the thralls. Oh yeah, look at this. Our focuses are now 30 days instead of 5. I can finally get past 1008. The remnants. It is hard to pick up arms in the name of a cause, and harder still to lay them down. Nomiki had fought for the free Alhendir for years, ever since she had escaped thraldom thanks to the unattended axe. From there, she might have made her way to Casa and enjoyed life as an equal citizen for the first time, but she found herself unable to justify such an action. Okay, so essentially this deer had originally been a thrall in our nation, however she escaped to Casa, our neighboring country right over here. They had funded a resistance who ambushed noble guards, and was essentially relieved when Wright declared thraldom an abomination. But because of how independent she's become, she's now debating whether she wants to fight for herself or for Austurland. Those are some pretty good buffs, hell yeah. I guess she chose to join us, huh? Okay, let the hunt begin. As the night enveloped Austurland, Sturla the Strong looked upon the inferno claiming his fields. He heard a crashing sound as Wright's forces attempted to break down the door into his throne room and despaired. Oh, okay, so this Sturla person used to be a thrall owner. He used to be a noble and he's joining a rebellion to overthrow Wright. And Wright broke into his house and killed him before he could even say anything. Destroying these slaving cowards. Dude, we are purging the old nobility right now. Holy shit, what do I do? This is morbid. So either we let the strongest survive or like pigs to the slaughter. Either we kill them all or only the strongest shall survive. What is this Roman shit? I'm not an expert on Viking culture. I basically don't know anything about them. But if their civilization was like this is crazy. You know what? Just for the manpower gain, we're gonna do let the strongest survive. Let those nobles strong enough to survive the hunt come crawling back to us. Oh my god. And immediately the next focus is called break their spine. And we have to do all of this, and at the conclusion, we get rid of the rebellions. What the hell? Yes, I finally researched something. Let's go. These two just don't seem to like each other. Abolish the titles, the end of an era. Oh my god, all these events are based off random deers and the stuff that happens to them. Oh my god, this is so morbid. Every single one of these events just puts a new POV on what's happening in the country. Kari was not an important deer within Austurland. He'd been born and raised within Horvanik to a family of weavers and had trudged along through 20 years of his life without doing anything of note. Every day on his way to work, he saw the gate to the noble quarter and the large halls that lay beyond it. For today, they laid wide open and the halls beyond them burned. He could see the veritable army of berserkers surrounding the various estates beyond the gates, and at their head stood Jarl Wright. Kari watched as the nobles, or rather commoners, walked out of their halls, stripped of their possessions and titles, retaining nothing but the clothes on their backs. He then looked at the Jarl and knew one thing: he wanted to be a berserker. We're recruiting people by burning down the nobility. Dude, this is so cool. I would have never thought of a story concept like that. Like jumping between extremely minor characters, that is so cool. We have stability back. Let's go, Jarl. It's 10:08. Pick the Fawns complete. The next generation. Arnar was a berserker and now a father. Though as he circled his new daughter in the training ring, he had to admit that his methods of parenting might be a tad unconventional. Oh, Austurland nobility children were expected to be loud, forceful, and proud. Now that the nobles were out of the picture, the duty of raising their children fell upon the berserkers. So Arnar adopted this child, and this child is a fucking menace. Arnar was filled with a sense of pride. We shall raise them right. Oh my god, the storytelling's so good. That one was a little complicated though. That's why I skipped over some stuff. A new generation of warriors. You know what? Now that not every focus has an event, I can actually just go through a lot of these without having to talk about them. Like, look at this. I can go through this entire side right here without even talking. Let's go. I know this video is going to be super long already, so I'm just trying my best to get to the invasions. Like, at this point, I just want war. That is literally the entire point of our country now. Boom! The noble resistance is gone, and now we shall educate our populace. Oh my god. Either they shall bleed with us or a different kind of battlefield. Partial mode because I have political power. Yeah. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm recording these on very unconsecutive days. Like, I started recording 8 days ago. Extra research slot. Also, I'm sorry in advance. I know half this video is going to be me trying to sound quiet because right now half of my family is asleep, and it's going to be like that because I can only record late at night because I got work to do in the morning. Hopefully that doesn't affect y'all's watching experience. Please stay. Ooh, plus 5% non-core pony power. Oh my god, I love national spirits like that. It's free manpower. Speaking of pony power, in a country of 1.3 million people, we have 100,000 manpower. That right there is like 8% of my population. With the education tree done, let us now move on to our warrior culture. Unlock raiding decisions. Oh my god, we're at high stability. Let's go. No, not this again. I had this as our Wanda. This is not happening again. That will help anyway. I don't care. Maybe this will actually turn into something fruitful. Just completed the focus, and yep, prepare raid on a bunch of our neighbors. Oh my god, we can turn the loot into factories. This is gonna be broken. All right, let's raid Casa and also quickly prepare defensive measures in case of war. And by prepare, I mean the good old lure and surround tactic. Okay, now we have another decision. Either we produce the Tinud or the glory of battle. Either raids will give us political power or raids will give us deer power. Oh shoot, I've been saying pony power this whole time, haven't I? We're going deer power. And yep, wait, hold on. They want more aid? Okay, so it's some sort of beast and the monster hunters want help. Send in the army. Oh, initiate a raid on Casa Free State. Start a border war. Okay. Ooh, this focus will spawn 2 elite berserker divisions and 2 generals. Okay. The beast is slain! Just in time for the border raid. Let's go! And failed raid. Nothing was gained. We'll get him next time. Wait, what the hell? The beast is slain again? It's a timber wolf? Yeah, these guys live in the Everfree Forest. What are they doing here? After the incident, the beast attacks ended for good and the area returned to peace and tranquility. Wait, it just ended? And we lose political power? Hello? Dude, look at these next focuses. 2 mills, 1.5% more recruitable population, 10 loot. Dude, this mod just surprises me more and more. And we're not even at the super extended stuff. Comet sighted! The appearance of a bright comet in the night sky caused a panic among the deer of our nation. Some of them believe that the comet is an omen of the end of the world or that the penalty for all of our deeds will come soon. What? Why do I have so many stupid deer in my nation? Alright, and with all 3 branches complete, it is time for the new kingdom. A new kingdom rises in our lands, one that shall fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, and destroy those who would steal the rights of freedom from those who need it to be free. Long live the queen! What the hell? Casa Free State justifying it. Bruh, you guys want revenge for the border raid that much? The focus is complete. The new kingdom. Austurland has radically transformed, becoming both more and less chained to its traditions. Gone are the petty feuds of the nobility and their despicable system of slavery. Their place at the top of Austurland's hierarchy has been replaced with the autocratic rule of the berserker lodges, who are in turn absolutely loyal to Wright. Emerging out of the ashes of the feudal system, the kingdom of Reinjarland. Oh fuck. The kingdom of Reinjarland stands ready to remind Griffonia why the sight of Viking longships once struck terror into every griffin. Langi Liffy Reinjarland. New diplomatic decisions. Oh, expansion. Let's go. Okay, so it appears that might be the maximum of my focus tree, which I'm not too mad about. This was extremely fun. So I guess now we will go down building an economy. Ah, here we go. Oh, and they're already taking the bait. That's great. All right, let's try to push here now and encircle these 2 divisions. Come on, guys. Oh, they're pushing all right. Oh, they're pushing. Oh, we got it. Nice. That is 2 divisions down. All right, come on. Funnel in again. Let's do this all over again. I'll be here all day. 4th research slot, and that's 2 more divisions dead. Yeah, that's like half their army. They're not moving anymore, so maybe I can try and push over here. Oh, this seems to be working, actually. Yeah, okay. Across the river into their country, and when the moment we get into their country, we snake. Come on. We're in! Die! Go! Get to the capital! Get to their capital! Seguro Falls! Now to this weirdly shaped island! Just take all their victory points and they're gone. Oh, encircle more divisions, guys. This is so free. What the fuck just happened? They naval invaded me from behind. Uh-oh. Mission accomplished and 2 mountaineers dead. Nice. Oh, they just walked up there. Okay, go around them. Go around. Take the last victory point and that's it. There we go. Boom. Done. Let's go! First conquest done! If I remember from my last playthrough, we have core decisions now. Just wait for compliance to be at 40%. Alright, let's pacify Barid. Oh my god, why do their divisions look like that? What is that? That's a piece of paper! Dude, these divisions are not real! None of them are equipped! I have a Prince of Terror! Yeah! More manpower! Here we go! And where do we start? Let's try and encircle the whole river. That sounds funny. Ah, they pulled out. That's fine. So they abandoned this front for some reason, so we have Grenbridge now. And now they're just spamming last stand. This is great. They keep last standing! What am I supposed to do? Opening. Please, just take the opening. Please work. And after like a whole month, we finally did it! Go! Kill them all! Kill them! Take the city! We have completed our industry tree, and now, finally, we do the military. Alright, let's try a march on the capital now. I just realized they have a level 4 fort on the city. I should probably encircle the city instead. I just got 5 more divisions encircled. Nice. Going through every individual tile of this country is so painful. River crossed. Okay, come on. Cross. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, encirclement complete. Kill them all. Die. And that is it. Let's go. We are looking pretty good now. Well, I have 1 invasion decision left, and that's into Griffiths. Griffiths is currently at war with Pyrens, so they should be distracted on that end while I just sneak in from behind. Here we go. It appears they just want to grind on me. Hey, that's free XP for me. We're doing our first breakthrough on the front. I just realized how goofy the models look. Break in the northern front, and then we're going to see if we can encircle the city right here. Yeah, that was easier than I thought. Oh, southern front's abandoned. Let's see if we can snake to their capital. Ah, that almost worked. Ooh, King of the Hills. Look at that buff. Oh, and the Hefroya system. Even more manpower. Okay, let's just do a creeping attack, you know, little by little. I made it to this river line right here, and now I shall assault on the capital. Take Ria Portu! I don't even know what country Griffiths is based off of. I'm just invading them. The capital falls! Alright, let's just capitulate them. See if we can just do a little funny and try to cut off their reinforcement lines. Ooh, naval research facility. I'm pretty sure if I take Cydia, that should be it for them. Cross the river, come on. City's empty, and take it. And that should be it. And it isn't. Give me a second. Come on, how long is this gonna take? Oh my god, finally! Jeez, that took way longer than it should have. We have officially conquered the Broken Coast. Making my first tank. This thing's pretty good. Time to put this assembly into overdrive. I just realized Pryron's at war with the entire River Federation. Oh shoot, wait. Oh no, that means I'm trapped in here. How am I supposed to expand? Oh, there goes Prywen. I'm just gonna go after Astarion. Okay, their navy isn't too big, but it's still bigger than ours, so hopefully we can still get a naval invasion off. What the hell enables bonsai charge? Oh my god, look at this event. That's like 6 words I can't pronounce correctly. I am extremely underprepared for this war, but you know what? You only live once. Let's go. Holy shit, the naval invasion actually worked? I did not expect that. Wait, the port is abandoned. Hello? All right, let's see if we can rush to a defensive position. And I mean defensive position, I mean halfway across the country. Oh shoot, I'm getting naval invaded. I guess I'll have to deploy this thing early. What the heck are they doing? What the? What was that? I just encircled so many divisions. I swear I didn't do anything. What is this? 100k casualties already. Okay, now we just have to hold this stuff. All right, let's send the tank over to the front now. Dude, look at the hold. How do they have no supply? Oh my god, wait, they're doing it again. Hold on, guys. Dude, what is wrong with the AI? This is the easiest invasion of a major I've ever seen. I don't think I even have to hold anymore. I'm pushing so easily. Well, either way, the tank just arrived, so, you know. This tank is basically unsupplied, but it's still doing great. Some more divisions gone. This trap is honestly really good, because the Astarion AI is very aggressive. 500,000 casualties, almost all of them caused by me. We've basically killed, like, their entire army. They're down to, like, what, 20 divisions? Also, Wingbardy is pushing right now. They're about to capitulate the Sycamore, so let us go and finish off Astarion. Literally, what the hell did I just say? Makawia joins the conquered out of free No way! Come on! I have to invade you guys now, don't I? Oh shoot, I can finally integrate these guys. Please. Yep, naval invasion. I called it. Sycamore down. Okay, now it's just Astarion. Ooh, the Wingbardy naval invasion from behind. Okay. I have to go deal with this now. Oh, come on! Oh! Wait, what the heck happened? Wait, was Makawia not a major? Yo! No way! Wingbardy with the clutch! Alright, now the question is, how the heck do we split this up? That is the end of this episode. I know I'm ending this episode a bit early. It's only 10:14. Normally these games go on until over 10:20. But overall, this nation was still amazing. I was so involved with the story. Yes, there was a pretty slow start. That's the only complaint I'm gonna have, but it's justified because the story says why. When we were at war with Astarion, this island right here is what was preventing them from capitulating, and I guess Wingbardy naval invaded that. I'm sorry, I could definitely be doing a bit more, but unfortunately, I have about 2.5 hours of footage I need to now go through. I did not expect it to take this long, but hey, I feel it was worth it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what I should do as the next country, which is the long-awaited, anticipated Azir. I've already heard you guys being so excited for me to play this nation. I have no idea what's in store, but I'm excited to see. All right, I'll see y'all next episode. Peace. What the hell happened to the Roman Kaiserate? How did the Zulu and Dutch... You know what? I'm not even gonna ask.